Who's the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC?
Baltimore. I think Baltimore. I think. Look, they're motivated. I mean, I've been there before, right? You have this incredible regular season. You have all these expectations, and you get beat in the playoffs, right? And it's disappointing. Look, it's the kind of thing that can kind of make or break you, right? Where sometimes they go, all right, we got to blow up the whole thing, right? We got to change coaches, get new players. That's not what we did. We stayed together, and the next year, I mean, the 4 Super Bowls that I went to, Stephen A., we had devastating losses the year before, right? The kind of games that, they might say, well, let's just blow it up. We stuck together and got over the hump the next year. So, look, I'm a Harbaugh fan. I'm a Lamar fan. I think they're motivated. You don't see them talking a lot. You just see them kind of going to work every day. I see them being back in the mix at the end.
Are they the #1 threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC or the entire NFL?
I still see the Niners being equally as motivated as Baltimore, right? I mean, look, as great as it is to win a Super Bowl, it is as disappointing as you think it would be to lose one, right? It's so hard to win a game in the NFL now. Now you got to win 12 to get into the playoffs, and you get into the playoffs, as you know, Stephen A., every playoff game is 7th game elimination, right? You got to win 3, and then you get a Super Bowl, and you have this great season, and then you get beat on a last-second drive by Patrick Mahomes, and it absolutely rips your heart out. Does that mean, you had a bad year? No. It means you had this incredible year, but it still hurts, but it motivates you. I see them being back in the mix as well.
What about dudes who have great regular seasons, and then come playoff time, it's the APB out for them. I can't find them. I'm sorry. Dak Prescott's got 2 playoff victories in 8 years. It's 2 playoff victories in 8 years, Peyton Manning. That's all I'm saying. Isn't it? I'm asking.
But all it takes is one run. All it takes is one run. And I'm telling you, Dak can do it. All it takes is one run to get hot in the playoffs. Their division, though, is tough, right? I mean, the Eagles are still super talented, right?
Picked up Saquon Barkley.
The Commanders, I'm excited about their new quarterback, right? And look, I know, this may come out of your mouth. I still think the Giants are going to have a better year this year. They're going to be tough to beat. So I think it's a tough division. It's a tough division. So anyway, I think if those Cowboys can win the division, I think Dak can get on a run. He can get there. He's got the mindset, but he's got to do it, right? He's got to do it. Look, I live that same format.
You did it for 1 year, Peyton Manning, not 5. I mean, this is Daniel. Did you just say Daniel? I'm thinking sure Daniel Jones. You said Daniel Jones, right? That's what you were talking about, right?
No, Dak. I said Dak.
I know that you went to Dak. I know Dak, but you talk about the division. When you got to the division.
Have you noticed the theme here? I'm a quarterback defender. Now, I pull for these quarterbacks. I want them all, especially here in August, right? They're all going to the Super Bowl. They're all going to have a great year, right?
So when so as a quarterback, basically what you're saying is you're an attorney on behalf of quarterbacks. There's always a defense for them. There's always a defense, right?
Because I know how hard it is. And in August, we all got a shot, right? We got to have some help. We got to have some things go our way. But look, I think Dak can do it.
Okay.
And obviously he's got to go and do it, but he can do it.
Dallas, Philadelphia, Detroit, or L.A.? Who's the biggest threat to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC?
Detroit. Dan Campbell, that team takes on their head coach's personality. They are tough. Jared Goff, motivated as well, right? Sort of leaves L.A. and everybody kind of says, well, hey, he has played incredibly. Amon-Ra St. Brown might be the toughest receiver in the NFL.
Yep.
I might be taking him in that backfield too.
Okay.
I might take me out of the game and just go Hill and Brown in the backfield. We don't even need a quarterback. The Lions. And look, they were right there against the Niners. Look, losing a playoff game, it hurts, but it motivates. And usually, the good teams come back and have an even better year the next year.
Let me put you on a spot here, okay? So it's the playoffs. And anybody that knows you, they know, there's 3 places you can expect to see you. You're going to see you in Denver. They're going to see you in Indianapolis. They're going to see you at the University of Tennessee with your Volunteers. Right? That's where they're going to see you. If a playoff game arrived and it was Indianapolis versus Denver, what's Peyton Manning? What direction is Peyton Manning going? And I'm talking about in terms of Who you rooting for? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I don't know if there is an answer to that.
I would love to see it. The Colts played the Broncos 2 years ago in Denver, and it was not a good football. It was 12-9. It was a punt fest. It was not a good football game. I'd love to see both these teams in the playoffs. I'm a big fan of AR. We got to keep him healthy. He runs so good.
Anthony Richardson,
but he's got to get out of bounds every now and then, right? You got to be there. He's got to be there for all 17 games. I'm excited to see him coming back. And like I said, I like Bo Nix. I like the way I saw him practice on Friday. So look, I'd love to see it, but I mean, the AFC South, Houston, like
C.J. Stroud,
Houston,
and now he's got Stephon Diggs.
I mean, I hate to say it, but like back in the day, I mean, you played Houston, and you felt like that was going to be a win. Now Houston is a problem.
You know what, and they shouldn't be a sleeper. And I'm not bringing up anything negative off-field stuff or whatever. I'm just talking strictly on the field. Deshaun Watson's got to step up. That's $230 million guaranteed. The Cleveland Browns got a crew. Their defense is stellar. Myles Garrett is no joke. You've got some weapons on the offensive side of the ball. But here's the biggest reason I'm bringing this up. Everybody's talking about the AFC North. They're talking about Burrow. They're talking about Lamar Jackson. Hell, they've even talked about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields more than Deshaun Watson. What do you think about that?
Fair point. No, it's a fair point because I think Cleveland, I think their defense is real. I like Stefanski. I think Deshaun knows that, right? He knows it's time, right? Let's go out and do something this year. I don't think he has to go out there and light up 35 points on the board because of Myles Garrett.
Right.
I think you score 20, you could probably win that game, right? Because the defense is that good. But yeah, certainly I think he knows that. I think he will.
We're here in New York City. One of my last couple of questions. Is there anything definitively to look forward to in regards to the New York Giants or the New York Jets?
Yes.
Take it away.
Let me tell you.
Help a brother out.
Let's just go with the Jets first, right? I'm telling you, this Rodgers to Wilson could be a lethal combination, right? Got to stay on the field. Got to get some games under their belt. But I mean, he is. Wilson is. I mean, he's elastic as a route runner, right? I mean, I'm not sure. One-on-one bump and run on him is a good idea for any defense, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing that combination. Look, I like Dable. He's been around. I think he's a good play caller. Just he and Jones got to have some games together, right? We can't, have a couple games and you have an injury and whatnot. We got to get some sweat equity in there. So get a little continuity. I think that division, is still open in the AFC East. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the Jets versus the 49ers in the first game. And I had an injury. When you miss an entire year, there's a lot of things you miss about playing, and you do want to come back and be the player that people think you're going to be, right? When I signed with Denver, I was injured, but Von Miller didn't want to hear that. He said, "No, you're still the Peyton Manning that I know." I said, "Von, I got a lot of work to do." He's like, "No, you're going to be there." I know Aaron feels that way, right? They signed him to be a great player. He got hurt last year. I know he feels that, and I think he'll answer the bell this year.